Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be taking a look at my favourite deals coming in under $10 or your local currency. Here I cover eShops in the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Before we do get started, then a shout out to All In Games for sponsoring today's video with their latest Tools Up update, that is Home Sweet Home. We'll be talking about that a little later in the video, but first hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So just a quick heads up here, I will be away for the next 2 weeks, so I have an under $10 video prepped for next Thursday, so at least something is coming in on the channel, but I'm going home to see my family back in the UK for the first time in 5 years. So over this next couple of weeks now, it's going to be a little bit of a break and it may be a little quieter on the channel than you may be used to. You know, probably all of you by now, I do try and do near like daily content. I will be back though with a ton of videos ready to go shortly after. So to start the week here, we've got Riptide GP Renegade. I love this game and it often shows up in my list of favourite races for the Nintendo Switch because honestly, it's just quality arcade action, and they priced it more than fairly to begin with. Now it's rocking 70% off though, matching the low price. Imagine here a futuristic spin though on Wave Race 64 and you basically get the idea. It's fast stuff though, it looks great for an older title now as well. And then you can expect here a career mode, split screen and online play. You can even customize your jet ski as well, so yeah, it's a great package and yeah, well worth a look for race fans. Wandersong then, and this is a game I adore. It's back matching the low price with 75% off. This one, it's a musical adventure. Basically you're singing to save the world as a bard and you'll be travelling all over the world as well. The idea though, you need to learn what's called the Earth Song, which is the key to stopping the end of the universe. The controls for the music then, it's done on a dial that pops up on screen. It's kind of colour coded. You'll need to repeat patterns to gain abilities. But yeah, I think the highlight of this one, it's got to be easily the game's visual style, reminding me of kind of like, if you remember those old felt style art sets we used to get back in the day, if anyone's old enough to remember those. But yeah, it's about as colourful as they come, and it's also a surprisingly long game, this one. I actually went into it expecting maybe a couple of hours of gameplay. It turned out to be more like 10 hours. The Flame in the Flood then is another one I returned to recently that I wanted to give a shout out to. It's a discount we do see all the time, I will put that out there, but 75% off, that is still a steal for this one. A wilderness survival game though, this is the complete edition, meaning they actually enhanced the gameplay with updates, and they also added a director's commentary mode. You'll be here though a young girl and her dog actually travelling on foot and raft down what is a procedurally generated river. So yeah, I mean, it's the general idea of survive this world with crafting, healthcare and then enemies to face. It's got a nice little soundtrack backing it all up then, and the visual style, it is seriously unique. A shout out again then to publishers All In Games for sponsoring today's video with Tools Up's latest DLC, that is Episode 3 Home Sweet Home. It's coming from developers the Knights of Unity. Now for those that don't know Tools Up, it's a local multiplayer title. It's set all around home renovation, but of course expect more than a little bit of disaster along the way as you attempt to work together with friends and family. The garden party season though, it moved things outdoors and into the garden. This latest episode, it not only brings new mechanics to add into the mix, but also a new opponent known as the Smog. It's out to basically ruin all your hard work. Think here though, planting trees, collecting veg, watering the flowers. It's for sure a change of pace for the series, but it absolutely works. I love the shift to the garden though, I love the 4 theme they packed in here, but just know this is episode 3. To play it, you will need to have episodes 1 and 2 as well. If you don't have them already, your best bet will actually be the season pass, and that is on sale right now for 27% off. That's a whole lot cheaper than buying these episodes individually. Thank you again though to All In Games and the Knights of Unity for sponsoring today's video. I've linked this all in the pinned comment down below, so do go check it out and show them some love. Alright, so 2K are back then with the Bioshock trilogy on sale individually. If you don't own any, first off, the cheapest way to go will always be the collection. That is currently 60% off, so it's right around that $20 mark. If you already picked up one or more entries though, they are all back now, matching the low price with 60% off. The original, that is the classic, taking you to the undersea city of Rapture. It was once a heavenly location, now it's this dystopian nightmare. It's just a classic first-person experience. It kind of packs elements as well of first-person shooter, exploration and even horror as well. The second entry then sees you returning, but for spoiler's sake we're not going to go into detail on that one. Finally, Infinite, the third game, it takes things to the sky and the city of Columbia, which is a small piece of genius as you take on the role of Booker DeWitt. You can't go wrong with any of them, but the first will always be my favourite. They all look stunning as well on the Switch. While we're on the weirder games then, Yuppie Psycho Executive Edition, it's here again matching the low price of 50% off. I wasn't really sure what to think going into this one, but it really impressed me, and it's a really unique adventure that pens itself as a job survival horror experience. Set in a dystopian 90s society though, you've just started a job at Sintracorp, a huge company in this world. The job though, it's not what you expect as you hunt down a witch that's terrorising the staff. This is the expanded edition then as well, so think new bosses and areas. Overall though, it's got some great pixel style artwork, and the writing and the humour, it's just solid and really well done. Co-op fans then, Ib and Ob is amazing, a two-player co-op experience. It's a puzzle game where gravity goes up and down, so your character, they can actually be on both sides of these platforms. Simplistic visual style for me though, really actually makes it pop though, and you'll be working your way through what is 15 levels and discovering 8 hidden worlds. Really impressed though, and it for sure gets challenging towards that end game, but it also keeps the controls simple so you can focus on just figuring out what to do next. A new low price then here with a huge 87% off. Next up then, Rush Rally 3, and I'm going to actually be playing this one on the plane for like the 10-hour journey I've got ahead of me, alongside the new WRC that releases this week. But this one, it got some really positive reviews out there, and I was impressed because it's rocking 60 FPS, that's always a good thing. Also, it's not light on content from tracks to customization. Honestly, at this price, even if you get a few hours out of it, I absolutely think it's worth it. You know, it's rocking 70% off. That is a new low price, making it just nice and budget. I actually think it looks pretty decent as well. It's kind of got this retro vibe going on. We're into the final 3 games of the week then, and we're starting with Forager, a masterpiece of a game this one, and it comes highly recommended from me. It's one of those I'm not sure if I'm going to like this, and the next thing I know I'm completely addicted. Think here a combo of resource management, crafting and then base building. Where this one mixes things up though, you can expand the land and your world, it will just completely change. You'll find dungeons, puzzles, enemies, and you can even level up. I would say watch a full review honestly first, because there is a whole lot going on with this one, but you will get a good 20 hours out of it. Our penultimate game of the week then, Indivisible. It had an unusual launch, this one came out before the devs were even aware, but it's a combo of action RPG and platformer, and first off, the visuals, that hand-drawn style, it is absolutely stunning. I'd say come here more for the action over any like deep RPG mechanics, but I think it's the delivery of it all, as I say, not just the graphics, but the top quality voice work and the strong writing. The story then, it's about a girl trying to understand her powers after an attack takes place on her home. Think a whole lot of characters then, wrapping it up, and yeah, this one is a must buy here, matching the low with 75% off. Our final game of the week then, that is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, coming in with a new low price of 50% off. Coming from the mad genius behind It Takes Two and A Way Out, he loves to push what games can do, and this is just another great example. Here though, he took what would probably be considered a co-op experience and asks you, the single player, to control both brothers at the same time. This Switch build though, I will say it also introduced local co-op as well, if that sounds more your style. Think here though, an adventure experience with boss moments and puzzles. The story, you're in a fairy tale world trying to get back to your family that you lost. It's great stuff, and it has a ton of heart to it. And that's another week down. Will you be adding anything to the library this week, or are you holding onto that cash? Another shout out then to All In Games and the Knights of Unity for sponsoring today's video. Remember to check out their latest Tools Up expansion in the pinned comment down below. With that then, a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch. As much as we all do here, join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.